thank you for allowing us to be here this evening to conduct the business for the town of Converse. Please help everyone here to put aside their own personal interests and any personal agendas for the year 2026 to help Converse become a better place. Please be with us not only tonight, but also throughout the year as we try to make the best decisions for the town of Converse. In your name we pray, amen. Okay, go ahead and call the meeting to order. First item are the minutes from the November meeting.
Motion to waive.
Second.
A motion to waive the reading of the minutes and also a motion included to approve the minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried 3-0. Claims?
Same.
Okay, we've got a motion from Tyler and a second from Don to approve the claims. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, 4-0. We have Bill Meyer here with us this evening. Full disclosure, I've known Bill for, I guess, about 10 years or maybe a little more, maybe 11 or 12 even. Very good gentleman. He is the operations manager for LRS, Lake Recycling Systems. They are here to explain any questions. They've picked up our trash twice and recycling once. Everything's went very smooth. The only thing that was maybe not smooth was that first day. They didn't control the weather very well. It's about 50-mile-an-hour winds when they were getting their dumpsters in town. But other than that, so Bill, you want to go ahead and take the floor and just give us an update on what's going on, maybe?
Everything's going well. Frost went well today, got completed, no issues. Drivers, we did get all these park container deliveries that we had through today completed. So some additional carts and some second cart requests, a few people that were missed during the delivery process. So those were all completed yesterday. I did get an updated list this evening, so we'll be working on get that directed to you as soon as possible. Outside of that, Lakeshore Recycling Systems, LRS, new to this market area, very strong in the Midwest. Just acquired GFL locations in Kokomo and Whiteland, Indiana. Actually just deployed January 1st, the city of Indianapolis contract. All districts, which is the first time I know of in history that all districts were rewarded to a single hauler. I believe it was 157,000 homes they started servicing last week. So that's, they're not unfamiliar to the territory and operating and running and collecting residential routes. So I've got 22 years experience in the industry. I've worked with town of Converse previously and know the town, know the contract, know what you need. The best service we can.
So how many locations, I just got a question, are you guys servicing out of that Kokomo location that you're at, Bill? How many communities?
Communities, right now it's Converse and the city of Logansport.
Okay. So
October
hopefully,
last year.
well, I knew you were just getting back into residential more. You've been primarily in commercial with GFL and maybe, I'm not sure I know enough about the history with LRS, but Bill was with GFL along with his boss. I met with them in December just to get an update on the process on how this was all going to transpire and everything. And they informed me at that time that, you know, they had left with GFL. GFL had not only sold the trucks and everything, I assume, to Lakeshore Recycling, but the employees also went with them. So that's where Bill was with GFL when we accepted the contract in the fall, and now he's with LRS. So I'll open up any other questions you guys may have.
So is the original contract void or can be void, or is that what?
Tony sent out a resolution for us to review this evening that would, Tony, you want to go ahead and discuss resolution number 1, 2026?
No,
Yeah, I
so,
know Bill hasn't had a chance to review this, but go ahead, Tony.
yeah, let me start with answering your question, Don. So the contract's not void. There would have to be a party that would terminate it. And so the way that the contract was written up was that it could be assigned but that could only be assigned to another party with the signed consent of the town. The biggest concern whenever there is an assignment is to whether the party that is taking over providing those services under the contract, whether they're capable of doing a good job, whether they're compliance here in this state, and past performance is very important in determining that. And so GFL under the contract, they have to perform it because we actually don't have the town's, and this is our first town council meeting. So, the town council could go ahead and vote to give that consent outright to Lakeshore, or it could ask for additional information from Lakeshore. It could terminate the contract and sign a contract with some other party. And I put together a proposed resolution as an option, if the town council is open to that, where there could be a period of revocable provisional consent. And the way that I wrote that up as a possibility would be where here you could give Lakeshore 6 months, you can give them a year, and see where you're saying, okay, we'll give you guys a try, see how you do. If we're having problems like we did with Republic, where they're not getting picked up, or just trash blowing all over the place, if they're not able to provide good services and reliable services, this is basically giving them a shot. Okay, let's see how you do. My initial thoughts on it were maybe, I don't know, give them 6 months. I thought about it longer, maybe give them a year. Give them a year, then you see them perform at different times of the year. You'll see during the winter, you'll see during summer, if you've got equipment breakdowns during the summer, you've got labor problems that have a 1 year time period. I think that's pretty fair. And it may be a good viewing term. The way I've got it written up is that after that provisional time period, if the town council does not take further action, then it immediately withdraws that provisional consent. So it would require the town council to take further action, either to extend that provision. Town council can do that. The other point that I put in there is that if no action is taken at all by the town council at the end of that provisional time period, it automatically, by operational law, will revoke that consent. And in that way, it builds in here. It keeps it on the town council's table here. Okay, we better pay attention to this and see how it's going. So I've got it written up that way. And that it would take the town council vote to either extend that provisional time period contract. I think that's pretty fair, giving Lakeshore an opportunity to competency and reliability and being respectful to the homeowners and doing a good job. So I think it's kind of a fair balance there. The town council doesn't also start over at square one and have to, go find someone very, very quickly.
Does Lakeshore have to concede to our?
So, right?
Don't we already have this kind of provision with?
We already have this contract. I don't think, it's like if they terminate the contract and we go find another person to do the contract and it's more expensive, then GFL is on the hook for the increased expense. So, because of the consent, the town would have to consent to that assignment. The town could just say, nope, sorry. The town could and say, look, you guys bid for this, and not even 3 months later, you guys are selling the contract, So, did you bid it in good faith? Did you bid it planning to?
I'm sure they didn't even know either.
I definitely did not.
Maybe the people above you did, but
I don't know.
down to your level, you probably didn't.
I don't know, but those are some
Yeah.
questions you could ask.
Right.
And see what those answers may be. It doesn't look real. I mean, it looks the timing's not real great. But what this does is this protects the town. You're giving them a fair shot. You're not giving them 100% yes. You're not giving them 100% no. You're giving them a trial, and if they perform, 20% of 18% approximately, well, 1/6 of a 6-year contract, to me, it's pretty fair. So that's how I wrote that up.
Questions on that for Tony, or any questions for Bill?
So was there anything about, because I know there are some dates on the documents in which we were requested to sign that kind of looked a little bit as this was already pre-planned by GFL. Is there any indication that came to your level on that time frame specifically? What was it, December 1st? I think it was the
December 10th.
December 10th. Was the time frame where things were being rushed to be signed at about that time?
The acquisition of Kokomo and Whiteland by LRE's GFL happened on December 1st. GFL provided LRS the assignment letter because they had to initiate that on their end, so LRS could get that and send that to the town. So
If I recall, I think that the request was to have the contract signed, the trash contract with the town before December 1st.
Yes.
And then, so I think they're saying they signed December 1st
On the sale.
on the sale.
The
And
partial
then we
sale.
got
They
out
didn't
of
tell
that.
everything to him. It was just
Right.
a couple of
The purchase
locations.
agreement. Right. And then, so the December 10th letter was the letter asking for the consent to the assignment. So that's the timing.
Anything else? Need to have a motion to approve resolution 1. We need to specify the time frame for the trial period. Tony's recommendation is 12 months.
You were with GFL, correct?
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
They sold the trucks and the employees basically to the new company.
You guys took over all of GFL contracting 1 January or back in December 1st. December 1st.
December 1st.
Well, I'll make a motion to extend the provisional offer for 1 year to Lakeshore.
Okay. Got a motion from Tyler to adopt resolution number 1, 2026 with a 12-month time frame.
I'll second that.
Second from Don. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Thank you.
So
We'll need to sign this.
date on that I would put would be December 31st, 2026.
Yeah.
Got January on your resolution, but.
Begin
Yeah,
January.
we can-
Oh, okay, in there. I was
December
thinking you were talking
31st.
about the end. I'm sorry. I was looking
No,
at
you're
the-
fine. Yeah,
Ending 12/31/26.
correct. Yep. No, you're fine. And so we'll have to put that in 2 places, first page and then the second page as well.
You don't need the months. That can be not applicable since we're putting a date in.
Well, I just put in right 12 months.
Okay.
12 months and then ending again 12/31 or December 31, 2026. Just make sure it's not 2025. We just switched over, rolled over dealing with that as my staff
Yeah.
art. So. And then for the resolve date, that would just be today at the bottom.
Yes, I've got that.
Yep. 8.
Well, I know we already passed it, but the Kokomo is servicing us and Logansport
Yeah.
at the time. Hold on.
Anybody else have anything for Bill? Bill, would you like a copy of this at some point? Okay, I don't know if we can get it to you today or
You guys should take a picture too.
tomorrow.
Yes, I put it
Whatever
in
you
mine,
do.
I wrote on it though.
The one we have complaints, sure, our guy.
I am.
I know how to get a hold of his wife too. If he don't answer, I know how to get a hold of his wife.
So I got a call, like the brochure said, recycle was last week, and then anyways, it's a mess out there. Republic half picked up their trash and they decided to stop.
What's Republic gonna do with the left? We have
Kathy,
three.
after answer, I have no idea on that.
Today we were told if they have a truck available, they'll be in next Thursday and Friday to pick up the totes. And we were told they were all gonna be picked up January 2nd.
Yeah, we have three that are full from,
Well, a truck
Yeah,
came
I think
in, they
so.
were started to pick up totes,
Mhm.
and then he just took off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he had his truck full or what, but he just took off. And then
Will you pick up Republic bins knowing that we're in this transition at all? Are you guys even obligated to do so or out of the,
Yeah.
this is out of the simple curiosity, if you guys are even able to?
Yeah, what I'll share is we ran into some similar challenges.
Yeah.
Taking over the city of Levinsport,
Mm,
and work with the town council there to assist in getting that
Mm.
situation resolved.
Mm.
So we're here to be a partner. It's been used by all this past, have a conversation, make sure everybody's on the same page, but, it was very challenging, city of Levinsport to get the cars removed and serviced by Republic.
I'm wondering if we're gonna come into that. So if we start getting phone calls on Republic bins not being picked up, if we could at
Give
least
them
answer
Republic's
that, hey,
number.
they're under.
Give them Republic's number.
Okay,
What I had suggested to Kathy this afternoon was, we're gonna send them a letter.
mhm.
They got 10 days to pick it up. We're gonna, everybody's gonna start charging them rent, $300 a month,
There you
prorated to the day, and they're gonna pick them up fast.
go. Perfect.
So,
well, in their defense, their contract
They
was
have
up
to
the
pick up.
first on Thursday, our pickup. I've got my trash in their bin. They just want their bin. They
Well,
don't
they-
want my
Yeah,
trash.
but they didn't pick up the trash.
They did mine.
Oh, they didn't pick up ours.
Yeah,
there's a
half
bunch
the
of
town,
people.
some of the town they picked up. Some of the town they didn't.
I
It's
don't
like they
care what they
realized, wait, this isn't our trash because this is the first or second. I mean, it's
Their
like,
fault for not
They-
and
having.
now it's,
Can't dump it on the ground. It's their bin. They could've picked up their
Yeah.
bin quicker.
They
Yeah.
sure have.
There's a lot of things.
I know it's not your responsibility. I just didn't know if
it's
even like a
train
couple
wreck, the
weeks from
timing
now,
of
if
it, you
what
know.
we could do to remedy that, do.
Hope it in a couple weeks it will not be. a
If you
problem.
need our assistance, we're here to help. Service the town.
You want Kathy to just send you a copy of that signed resolution, Bill, by email? Okay. Yep.
You can
Okay.
take
Yeah.
it. You
Yep.
I wrote on mine, but you can take it. I just wrote the
He'll
dates
probably
on
want
there.
one signed.
One sign.
That's fine. I'll get a copy.
Thank you. He'll want one signed.
Oh,
so
he'll want
Kathy-
one signed.
yeah,
Got it,
Kathy can
got
send
it.
one.
Do you have the signed original then?
No, I don't have the signed original.
Okay, that's, okay.
Where is this?
All right, if nothing else, Bill, you can stay if you want, but you're more than welcome to go back to Wabash. Okay, all right. Well, we'll try to get back to that pretty quick here, so. Next up, I think we've got Bryce here to talk about unhooking from storm drain. Go ahead, Bryce.
So I came in November, that
Mhm.
council meeting, and posed my problem to you guys. And I got an itemized estimate from Blue Fox. And it was about $8,000, which is pretty high. Kathy advised me to get another quote from Roto-Rooter. They verbally told me that it was gonna be around $10,000. And they're trying to charge me $300 to come back out to reassess and make a new estimate. And I just can't keep paying them money just to come out and look at things.
Yeah.
But Jimmy did get response from Andrew King today
Mm.
that he could do it for $22.50, just significantly cheaper.
Right.
And I'm comfortable with whatever route you guys would want to decide on, whether you have Andrew King do that, whether you have Tyler rent an excavator and
Mm,
have them do it.
mhm,
I just hope that this can be done before the heavy
mhm.
rainfalls of spring come, because that's, I'm just afraid that it's going to back up enough to where it's going to cause other issues.
Right.
Like I said, I've installed that new perimeter drain. I've invested almost $11,000 into trying to solve the issue. So,
Did Andrew say when? Yeah. I don't think so.
And basically what I'm more just after today is not a date on when it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I just want like yes, we will fix it, whatever route that takes. I don't know process in front of that, but I just want to know if you guys are going to help me or not.
What was it again that needed to be repaired, but you got from the itemized
I don't have that on me
Yeah.
now.
roof box?
It's
You got,
the-
okay.
it's the storm drain that's hooked into his.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can go over the history again. I
No,
know.
you're fine. Yeah. I remember the history.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just bits
And so we
pieces of
just
it.
need to,
But this is the latest and greatest, right?
That's the estimate I got from Blue Fox. That's with a 20% discount because I signed up for their
right,
membership.
So that works out to the basically 10 grand that Roto-Rooter quoted, but with the 20%.
oh, yeah, with a discount, yeah.
Yeah.
And then 2250, that was from Andrew King.
Mhm.
Was that written?
In a text message.
What you do, Andrew?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You're not gonna dig, and open up the ground for less than 2,000, that's for sure.
It's about a 7-foot dig. 10 space that would have to be dug up. And
And
then
is it gonna be on personal property or it's not on your, it's
It's, I think, on your
it
property.
is on
it
personal
would
property?
be personal
And
property.
that's why we've been.
That's why we
not
don't wanna
sure
do it
about
ourselves.
Yeah, because we can't do it. Yeah.
Which,
Okay.
if we were to do that, I would give you written permission to do it. All I would outline is that if any extra damages were to be caused to property, I just wouldn't be liable for it. So, but doing it to Andrew King's way, any damages he's liable for,
Okay,
and we're saving a lot of money. Almost $7,000 or
Right.
$6,000. So I just want to know what the next steps are.
And that contract, your contract would be with Andrew King,
Mhm.
and then the town could reimburse you for up to 2250. Is that what you're asking?
Well, I'm asking if the town would be willing to just pay Andrew King to do it. I don't have any more money in my pockets to do it. I've maxed out my credit card trying to solve the problem up until now. And, I know that you've done something like that before when the town tried to fix my water meter in my basement and it flooded my basement. They sent Summers Plumbing and just paid them directly. So I know that's happened in the past, as far as just paying a contractor.
I don't ever recall anything about summer. I've been here since December 2012.
I mean, this was just like maybe 2 months ago. They came and took an old water meter out.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought-
So, I mean, kind of the difficulty is we don't have a written quote from Andrew. Texted is 2250. I don't know if it has the specs of the dimensions or depth or cubic footage of ground being removed, but sometimes we don't have a whole lot of specifics. The town council could say, okay, well, we'd be willing to reimburse up to 2250 at this time. And that might make it
I'm
done
concerned
quicker.
about is that the work gets done, so I'd want to, if Andrew's gonna do the work, make sure it gets payable to him. Not that we don't trust you, but
Yeah.
well, okay, so Andrew changed his mind and now it's 4,000. Well, we don't want to just say, well, I'll just keep the money and whatever.
That's why I was suggesting that
We need
maybe the
to-
town council would approve up to 2250 at this time. And, and then you own the property, so your contract would be with Andrew King. And if Andrew gets loosey-goosey with his numbers,
It'll be between
the town's not
I
gonna
think
give
he
you.
told Jimmy that he's gonna hold it. Isn't that what he told you, Jimmy? I mean, Andrew doesn't normally change that kind of stuff, so.
He said to dig it up, to
Yeah.
cut the line and concrete and shut, put the dirt back. That's the bid he got.
But it'd still be nice to have him put something in writing. I'm not saying we
Yeah.
shouldn't have
And
that,
I'm
but,
sure he will. He's a
but
rough
yeah,
contractor.
right, I know.
Yeah,
We can't pay Andrew until the job's finished, so
Correct. So, I mean, yeah, that's,
as long as he.
signed
as long
off
as
by
Andrew
Jimmy or
knows.
somebody.
Yeah.
Tyler.
so you're
Job-
basically saying you can't vote on anything right now, or?
That's not what I said.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not, what- I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
I guess.
They can make a motion to approve up to the 2250 payable to Andrew with a provision of getting a written quote from Andrew and
Yeah.
then they could vote on that tonight and have it done. You could be ready to go.
Don, I like your idea of a write-off, whether it be by Tyler or Jimmy, that the work's completed to
yes.
the best
yeah.
as possible. And then at that point, once the
That he
write-off,
is,
it kind of,
good with it.
that kind of ends our financial obligation.
you're kind of special exception. I mean, because there's, we want happy commerce.
Yeah, we don't want.
But don't come back, if this 22 and 50 doesn't fix it. You didn't do due diligence. Of course, you're limited to your knowledge and you don't know nobody knows what's under there. But this is, I mean, to me, this is special exception.
Special exception in like,
And
We don't know,
Pay the difference.
we don't normally
This is
pay
just-
people
We don't do
for
this.
this type of
This
situation.
is
private
your problem,
property, yeah.
well, yeah, but, on the other side of it.
That's why they're
I
offering.
understand that. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah, and I'm not, I'm expressing gratitude
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
Yeah.
I'm not coming off aggressive, I was
Yeah.
just saying, like, I've investigated the problem.
Right,
The city storm system is what's causing the backup,
right.
which resides off my property, which is
Right.
why I'm even here. If it was like an actual problem on my property,
Right,
I'm responsible for the private lines maintenance.
yeah,
But the water drains out.
yeah. Yeah, and if I remember correctly, Tyler Seats looked at it and agreed that it
Yeah.
was the storm drain and I do
He had
remember.
I think the town of Swayze
Yeah.
come out.
Yes, yes,
Remember.
cambered it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kathy, what fund would this come out of? And is this going to be an issue if we cap it at the 2250 and get
Storm drain fund.
storm drain fund? Is there any issue financially that wouldn't impede
No.
with anything we need to do?
2250 better than the.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't want to rob the town of Concord.
Yeah, right, yeah,
I know it's
Yeah.
hard enough.
It's just
Yeah.
my concern is you have a history here. You've narrowed it down. Hopefully this is your problem, but,
Well, and
I mean, well,
I just don't, I just want this to, as far as Converse Council is concerned,
You don't want to talk about it anymore, do you?
yeah. Are you sure this is it? Because
I ran a hose through the drain in my basement. And with Blue Fox, we watched it come out of the storm system. We
Yeah.
ran blue dye in it
Yeah.
to confirm that that's where it was coming from.
and Tyler agreed.
We got a lot of
He-
stuff to get
Oh,
over
yeah.
yet today, so let's
Yeah.
decide, please.
all right,
I like the idea, and Donna, I like yours too. I like the idea of approving the 2250 paid directly to Andrew King upon completion of the project and signed off, whether it be by you or Tyler. And then that at the time ends any further financial obligation of the town. I get where you're coming from, but we can't continue to pay for it. That would be the end of it in terms of what we can do with assistance. Does anybody disagree or have any add-ons?
Is that a suggestion, something
Yeah.
else here? Cause I know you guys said you wanted to make sure it gets paid directly to Andrew King, not saying that you wouldn't pay him. But something you could always do, you should always make, vote to have the check be required to be signed by, and I'm sorry, I missed your name again.
Bryce.
By Bryce. Yes, I did write your name. I'm sorry, by Bryce. I just forgot it. So by Bryce and also by Andrew. And so we could call in Bryce to come in and endorse the check. Town
Mm,
clerk could hold it. And then as long as the work is done before we pay Andrew King, talk to Bryce, make sure
Make sure
Bryce
he's
says,
good.
yep, we're good.
Yeah.
He's happy with it. And then we get an assurance that it's done.
Joint checks are always good in those situations. We
Yeah.
handle all of our construction
Yep.
loans that way. We
Yeah.
don't disperse to contractors unless that homeowner's happy.
and you gotta be happy too. If Andrew leaves
That's
piles sitting on top of a 10-foot pile of dirt in your yard. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this? Now it's gonna cost me money to excavate the dirt and haul it off or get my yard back where I can mow it. You have to be happy too.
So we've got a motion
Yep.
with a provision of joint checks. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion from Tyler and a second from Bridget to authorize up to 2250 joint checks with stipulations that Jimmy or Tyler signing off on the project when it's done. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Okay, thank you.
Everybody.
Guys, hopefully this works.
I know.
Hopefully this works. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, so I can get out of your hair and you guys
Yep.
continue on. This check is gonna be paid to Andrew King after the work is done.
Yeah.
After I've approved the quality. of the
You're
work.
happy,
Yep.
Tyler,
Yeah.
Jimmy's happy.
That is awesome.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, you're
Have a
welcome.
great night.
You too.
Okay. See where we're at here.
Sorry about that. I thought that might help with the joint.
Awesome. I don't know what joint checks are, so I'm glad you explained it
Oh,
to me.
really?
I had no idea. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I got different agenda than what's that I brought. Oh,
Want to use mine, Joe?
Town employees, I guess. We're Roger, you're here for Tyler Jenkins, correct?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Tyler didn't leave me anything.
No, I've got notes on mine and that one. I'm not sure. Yeah, a couple of changes too. That's okay. What's that, Roger? I'm sorry.
Tyler didn't leave me anything.
Okay. Anybody have anything for Roger? Kathy?
The only thing I have, unfortunately, we did not get the community crossing grant. So that was kind of disappointing. And I did email Marcia in Fort Wayne, our rep, and ask her if there was a problem with the application. And she said the application was fine. They just simply did not have enough funds toward all applications submitted. So she
I'm
said-
sure there was probably more applications than normal because they increased the contribution percentage. And when you do that, the more people's going to apply.
She told us to please apply again in July. So, sorry, but
Okay.
that's all I have.
Else anything for Kathy? Jim, I guess you're here for Tyler Seats, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
I have nothing.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, do we?
Sorry. We have 3 pumps. I don't know if you were bringing it up. I have a quote. Joe, there's a lift station repairs for both lift stations. You might explain what it's going on.
There's 2 out at the wastewater plant, one at the east end behind Tyler's house.
These are new pumps that are
Yeah.
you're looking to purchase.
Yeah, they took the pumps with them and they was gonna repair them. It was gonna be more than it was.
We've had that situation previously
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it's not feasible to repair them almost. So
percentage.
there's 3 quotes here from Indiana Pump Works LLC. First quote is an Ibarra 80 DK, whatever that is, 230 volt, 3-phase is 13,500. The next one's a 100 DKE Ibarra. It's 16,282. And the final one is a Homa GRP grinder pump, 4,150.
And that's for all 3.
All from Indiana Pump Works LLC.
All right.
So we authorized to have them repaired, I assume.
So these are new pumps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
We're
more,
not gonna repair them, we're gonna buy new, so
more
all the
expensive
monies
to
that we allocated for the repair is gonna go here. You probably don't remember what the estimate was for just fixing the old ones?
Well, they have a rate where if it's a percentage, a certain percent more, it's gonna be better to buy new. And so it overhit the cost. So it had been cheaper to buy a new pump than to repair the old ones.
Yeah.
With the warranties and everything you get with a new pump.
Well, I wanna flush my toilet, so
gotta have them. You gotta have them.
make a motion to accept,
Okay,
allow Tyler to purchase.
I will second that.
got a motion. to Approve 3 pumps from Indiana. What's the name of it? Pumps Work?
Indiana Pump Works LLC.
Pump Work LLC.
Just so you guys know.
Total, I don't know. I didn't add them together, but
34, close to 34,000.
yeah.
Yeah, so each one of these are for each. pump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kathy,
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
good, no issues financially.
Figured out the equipment.
All those
Aye.
in favor signify by being aye. Okay.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Okay, thank you. Anything else, Jimmy, that you don't know about?
Not I know.
Well, I'm gonna give you one more thing you may or may not know about. There's a speed limit sign there at the, where the school property intersects with the county line and it's hanging, ready to fall off. Could you guys take a look at getting that
The other day.
put back up there so it doesn't fall off?
Yep.
Thank you. Tony, you want to go ahead and give us some updates?
Sure. Sent out another email to, Mark France regarding 2 mile extraterritorial zoning jurisdiction, no response. So I don't think they're gonna do anything with that. Only other paperwork I've got is kind of old business. Back at the November meeting, there was a vote authorizing Kathy to be able to, whenever we get the state funds, she has to divide them up based on percentages to 4 different accounts. There was a vote back then on November 13th to approve that. I just didn't have the time to be able to put it in on paper. So this resolution 26, 2025, that was that last resolution. And so that's what I've got, where again, it authorizes those percentages that were voted on back at the November meeting. So it's just putting it in paper as opposed to being a verbal and showing up in the minutes. So that's the only paperwork I've got there. I don't have, I think, any other updates. So at this
Okay.
time, so.
Well, if I have any questions for Tony, if not, I guess there's a resolution from
2025.
from last year that we need to approve. So I'll look for a motion to adopt resolution number 26-2025.
Motion.
I thought we already did that.
Just vote to sign it.
Oh,
It had already been voted and approved
yeah.
November 13th, 2025. So just
Motion from Tyler and a second from Don. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Three of you'll sign that. I'll abstain. I wasn't here at that meeting, so. Okay, so anything else for Tony? Okay, old business, we've got a fire department contract. Not sure what that's about, but
The one Tony grew up back in October. And it was never voted on or signed to keep it up.
Come back to
This
you.
year's wages.
pardon?
I said it was never voted on or
Right.
signed
We
to
had some,
keep it
we
at
had
the
some-
31,000.
yeah, we had, I think, some questions
Yeah.
that we wanted the firefighters to come and answer. And then at the November meeting, they didn't come here. And so here we are.
okay, I know we've discussed this at length. So this is the 2026 fire protection contract with the Town of Converse Fire Department. It kept the rate at $31,000 per year, correct? So I don't know if that's in here, if we need to write that in here. Looks like we need to write that in here. And it's got a date for payment. I don't know what we want to put in there, but I don't know when that's typically paid.
June and December.
So I guess December 31 of 2020. Even if you pay some in advance, correct? Got in here some language on number 2. I don't know, we've probably discussed this. I don't recall what number would be in there though, if we have. Fire protection personnel and training. Department hereby agrees to maintain volunteer fire department composed of not less than blank qualified and active volunteer firefighters. We talked about that or not?
We did. And so the discussion was, that was to figure out what the minimum number of qualified and trained volunteers they had to have to maintain, to be able to get the funding. And so that was one of the questions we needed to hear back from them on to determine what their current roster is. So if you're paying them 31,000 and they only have 5 active firefighters or something, which I think
So
they
did we
probably have
a
like
number
20 or
established
something.
previously in our conversations.
No. That's why we wanted them to come back and answer some of those questions.
So do we want to leave that blank or what?
We could always put it in a range.
I don't even know how many, what do they got,
No
20, Don?
idea.
They got at least 20, don't
It fluctuates, but
Yeah.
I think that's a little high right
they? Is
now,
it
but
15? You
You
want to
could
put
say- you could
15
say-
down there?
You could say 15 to 20, or you could just say minimum of 15.
I know
think
they've
it
got at
does
least
at
15
least.
there.
well, you have to have enough guys to drive the trucks and fight the fire, but run all the stations that are that involved.
What's your pleasure, people? 15?
But if 3 guys show up and they need 6, it's just, yeah,
Put a plug number.
I don't know.
Minimum 15, if that's the best number that we have, what they got right now.
At the top, it's got a date,
Why,
2025. We want to change that to 26, I assume, correct?
I
On the
Don't-
date that we enter into the agreement, since we'll be doing that this evening.
Yeah, let me look at my copy because I don't have it here in front of me.
go back to those numbers. I mean, how many men do they need to fight a fire? That's
Right.
the-
Yeah.
Is it
Probably-
10? Is it
You want
15?
me to put 10 to 15? Instead of just
Do they
15?
need, how many do they need? They need 6?
It's probably 5 guys to an engine, right? 5 or 6.
I don't
like
know.
that.
I don't know. It's not
I
my
don't either.
world.
No, I don't either. I don't
So
know.
I hate to restrict something that I don't know anything about. That's why we
Put
needed
10
them
to
here.
15, then that would definitely cover them for sure. They've got at least
Yeah,
10 people down there.
That date you're looking at, is that on the very first page?
On the front page and the last page.
Okay, so it's supposed to be, we had it as 2024 because
Well, this is 2020.
sorry, 2025. That's my prior sample one that I was using. I just eyeball it because I don't have a
Yeah,
clean one in front of me.
very top here and the very last page there.
So yeah, so that the first date on the first page, that was presumed to be that they would get it all signed in 2025. So I would probably just make that 2026.
Yep.
Use
Use
today's date.
We're gonna hopefully act on it.
Hopefully they'll. And then same thing on the last. So both those I would just use today's date. Yep, perfect.
I just,
You want me to go 10, 15, or 15? What's your pleasure before we pass it?
well, there seems to be friction between the fire department and the council, and I don't like that.
No,
We need
no,
them.
there's-
They
We're
do a great
happy for
job.
'em.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
And
It's
it-
just that we compensate them well and they don't
Yeah.
And
always
they
think
appreciate-
that's the
They don't
case.
even come and,
I'm checking to see how many they have.
I mean, they need a truck. They want a truck, and that's the contention. That's why they need the money. But if 31,000 is good day in, day out, and until they need a truck, it's just yeah.
Yeah, if we can wait a few moments to try to get a response, I think that might be the best to get a better answer.
Just so we can have.
Because I'm not sure.
We can take a
no idea
recess
either.
from that. We can move on and come back.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's
Let's come
great.
back to it.
And we've got the airport. Anything excessive they need, those funds are available. So. And that's been communicated, so I don't know why we need to raise anything.
I think we'd already determined the compensation. It's just the number of people and that kind of stuff that we were not sure about. Okay, we'll come back to that after Bridget hopefully gets just a little bit of a number there, of what we want to put in there. Election of officers, council president.
Make a motion, have Joe in, Bill as council president.
I'll second.
Any other nominations?
I'll nominate Tyler for VP.
Okay,
Second.
so I've got him. Let's go back to the president. I guess that was a motion from Don and a second from Tyler to approve Joe Lennon as president. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that carried. Vice President Bridget has a motion to elect Tyler Hagan as vice president. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Don. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Let's go down to this trash because these committees are going to take us a minute and talk about that because Bill may want to go back to Wabash here in a minute. I think he saw trash on the agenda. So, this was information as far as the annual or the monthly cost for the next 6 years that we accepted the GFL contract last year. If you calculate those 6 years together, the annual or the average monthly cost is $18.70, and that's the monthly average for both trash and recycling pickup. What we did with Republic on the last 5-year contract is we, just from the sake of not having to go through this process
Mhm.
every 2 years or 3 years or whatever, we just approved one amount and it covered us. Now, the last year or two, we were probably running in the red. That amount does need to be in excess of 1870 because you're going to have people that have vacant homes and you're not collecting from them, and you're going to have different scenarios. So you want to have that above that level. But I guess my thought on that would be to go to $19 even. We're currently at 16. That gets us above that level. It could always be reviewed in 2030 or 2031 when it gets up higher if need be, with hopefully not needed. But that could always be done at that time if, we had a lot of vacant homes and the 19 wasn't covering us. So that would be my suggestion. Any other discussion on that? And if we can't really do anything here because that's going to require a public hearing, I believe, in order to even adopt that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, all we're doing at this point is saying 19 sounds good. Let's get the public hearing and adopt it next month.
Because if we raised it every year, then you've got the contention every year.
Oh, yeah.
And then just,
Well, and for a buck or two, it's just crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not worth the,
So is everybody on board with having a public hearing next meeting and going for $19 a month? And then Tony can prepare the paperwork, Kathy can publish the notices.
And that'd be for the next 5
I
years.
mean, we can vote on the day, but the vote doesn't mean we gotta have public hearing,
Right.
so there's no need
Right.
to vote on anything
Yeah.
today. Okay.
You want to
Alright.
go back to the firefighter real quick?
Yep.
She said, they can carry up to 35. Right now they have 29.
I was gonna say, I would guess 30 is how many they have.
Yeah, right now they have 29. She's checking to see if if they carry a minimum, but it sounds like, I mean, I would do 15 minimum.
Okay, that's
I
what we're
would be
getting
my
at.
guess.
So is
yeah.
that a motion?
That's a motion. Go with it.
Got a motion from Bridget to adopt the 2026 fire protection agreement. Compensation $31,000 for the year, minimum of 15 qualified firefighters on hand at all time. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Tyler. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. We carried that motion. We'll need to sign this. Well, I guess I've got myself on here to sign it, so. More paper than you want, probably. Okay, let's go back to these committees. I think Kathy has distributed, lots of different, this is always a cumbersome task every year,
Yeah.
but there's the committees we need to review. I might have 2 of these. Does anybody else need an extra? That's still somebody's?
Just for clarification here, Joe.
No, thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Look forward to working with you. Okay, safe travels back.
Just for clarification on the trash increase in cost, you were talking 19 per month, and that was going to be 2026 through 2031. Is that correct then?
Yeah,
We're
we
not-
could
we're
always
not doing
change
a
that if,
stepwise?
right, we could always
Okay.
change that in 2020. I'm not gonna be here, but 20, if somebody wants to
Yeah.
change it in 2030,
Yeah.
they could if we're short. I mean, you can always address it that, but that's the intention, is just a one-time fee.
I think that makes sense.
I think that we had like in previous years for water, we would do like a 5-year plan with
Mhm.
food.
We did.
And so I didn't know if we were gonna do that as well, or you just
No, Just $19
estimated
across the board.
19.
Yep.
Okay, works for me.
And then we-
and
That's the way we did it last with the $16 and it worked out
16.
pretty good. I don't know, Kathy can tell you better than I could on the last year because I know we were probably operating in the red the last year.
I think that's 18,000.
I was gonna say, do we still serve?
But I mean, over the 5-year period, we were in the black. It's just the last year that we probably were in the red.
Okay.
With that.
Okay, perfect.
so those funds, are they in a special fund?
Oh, yeah.
It can't be,
They're earmarked
can't
for
take
it.
money out
Nope.
of that for anything else, then
And so the clerk treasurer at that time in 2030 or something would know if we're running
Yeah.
tight.
Yeah.
Okay. We're ready to move on to the committee chair peoples. Look at the top there on the committee, town council representatives. Is there anybody that